Hey, hi, hello, it's Monday. I'm on my way to the pool. I'm going for a swim. I am so stressed and busy. I'm gonna go chill and relax, and then I'll come back and talk to you about what this week's gonna look like. Hi, so if you watched last week's vlog, you know that I have been extremely stressed with my job recently. About 2 weeks ago, someone was let go at the company, and I have basically been the person to take over all of their tasks because it's something that kind of happens at a small company. The problem is that I am a graphic designer. I have a BA, a Bachelor's of Arts. I have a 4-year degree in art. And the position that I am taking over is quality control, which I don't even know what kind of a degree you need to do that. I don't even know what kind of money those kind of people make. But I can tell you one thing, that it is way above what I am capable of doing. And I have been very, very, very stressed, especially the last 2 weeks. My 1 year is actually tomorrow at the company, and I have been preparing to go in and ask for a raise, which is not fun to do. And today I was given even more tasks, and after I told my CEO that I didn't think I could handle them, his solution was that I come in early tomorrow. So I will be working overtime this week, which is good because I need the money, but not good because I already feel like I am working so hard every single day. He did offer instead that he could take some of my graphic design work off my plate, but that's literally the last thing I want, is for the actual part of my job that I enjoy doing to be taken away in order to give me more time to cover someone else's job. Anyways, I am reading some books this week, but we're gonna talk about those when I'm in the comfort of my own home and can think and I'm not so stressed. I'm home and I'm warming up now. I'm getting ready for bed, which means that I will be doing some reading before bed because I have enough energy to do it, which is really nice. I've been watching a lot of TikTok before bed instead recently. Currently, I am reading 2 books. I am working my way through Oathbringer, which I have made 8% through, so I'm at 33% right now. That's the 3rd book in Stormlight Archive. I'm hoping to get to 50% through this week. And then the other book I'm reading is the sequel to The Jealousy of Jalis, which I read last year. It comes out later this month. It's called The Spawn of Spiracy, and I'm about 10% through right now. I think I'm like right at 9%, and I'm hoping to read that for the next 40 minutes and then fall asleep. I don't want to spoil anything. Queen-like figure. She helps rule the land. Her husband rules the land, and her husband is an evil man and is doing horrible things. And one day these 2 soldier women decide to kidnap and replace her. One of them stays in her place to try to learn some more, and then the other one kidnaps her and takes her away in order to try to get her to see the light. This book is a lot about Jalis trying to get forgiveness. That's a good way to put it. One of the things I absolutely love about it is, yeah, it's super dark, super bloody. Like, already in this book, the first chapter had someone exploding and their innards just flew all over our main character. One of the other things that is really cool is the author of the book. I'm friends with him on Twitter and Goodreads, and we've been talking a lot ever since I read book 1. He is part of the LGBTQ plus community, and his books have so much representation. It's absolutely wonderful to see. On Thursday, I am going to start my buddy read for House of Leaves, so I'll be starting that with you in this vlog, and I'm really excited to be picking it up. I can't wait. I'll talk more about that when I actually get to it because it's kind of hard to talk about, and I think I'd like to actually start the book to get a better understanding of what it is before I try to explain any more of it to you all. Hello, it's Tuesday. I'm home early from work because I had a doctor's appointment, and then I just decided to take the rest of the afternoon off, which really boiled down to taking like 1 hour off of work, but it is about 3 o'clock right now. I just finished editing my video for October TBR Bingo, which was last Friday's video. So I'm letting that export and then I'm gonna do the thumbnail and upload it and everything, and I am going to premiere it this time. It'll be my first premiere ever, so I don't know how it'll go. I'm kind of expecting for like 3 people to show up, to be honest, and if they do, then that's great, and if they don't, I will be a little bit sad. Then I'll know going forward that like that's not something that people necessarily want to watch. This morning, I really wasn't in the mood to listen to Oathbringer because I had to get to work early to catch up on projects, and so I was at work at like 7 a.m. and I was just like not wanting to focus on Oathbringer. So I decided to start The Maidens, and I made it 10% through, and then I promptly DNF'd that book. I don't know how to explain to you that that was the boringest thriller I have ever read. And I think I might have stuck with it if I hadn't heard so many bad reviews, because there probably would be part of me that was like, but maybe it gets better. But since I know that it's bad because pretty much everyone and their brother hates it, I didn't have to put myself through that. So that was kind of nice, and I am trying to be more tolerant of that. So it was really good to be able to do that. And then I ended up listening to Oathbringer. At that point, I was much more awake, so I've listened to a few hours of Oathbringer today. I don't know how many, but I'm really close to the 40% mark. I think I'm at like 38% right now. So I'm gonna try and get to the 40% mark this evening, but my main focus is going to be reading the arc that I started yesterday, The Spawnspiracy. So I'm gonna sit down and read a few chapters of that right now. And then I have another appointment this evening I need to go to. So when I come back, I'm gonna have dinner and relax and chill out here, and then read some more of the book before bed. So about 16 years ago, my brother planted an avocado seed at my parents' house, and we didn't do anything special to this seed. We didn't put it in water first, we didn't root it, we didn't tend to it and care for it after it was planted, and 16 years later there is a ginormous tree where that is. I mean, the tree's been there for a while, to be honest, but last year we got our first fruit off of it. We only got about 1 avocado, and it was the nastiest avocado I've ever eaten. But this year, I went over to my parents' house tonight and we did some avocado picking, and we have about 20 of them off of the tree. My parents have eaten a few of them already, and they have been a mix of good and a mix of bad. I have gotten one from them that's downstairs and is ready to eat, so I'm hoping to start it, eat it, take it apart at some point this week and try it, and I'm really excited about it, and it's just kind of crazy. My family is really into like gardening, and me and my mom both want to start like an actual vegetable garden and an herb and possibly fruit garden at some point in our lives, but right now we both take care of a lot of different plants, and it's just really cool to actually like have something that you can use come from a plant, and it's something that we would have bought anyways and now we don't have to, and it's not like any of us really tended it, to be honest. So the best advice I can give you people trying to grow avocados is move to Florida. So at lunch today I decided that I wasn't really in the mood to keep reading a dark fantasy. I don't know, there's just something about the Spawnspiracy. I can't put my finger on it. I'm just not feeling it right now. So while I was on lunch, I decided to pick up Crossbones, which is one of my arcs that I have to read this month, and I'm 10% through and I'm really enjoying it. It's very much a fantasy romance. I'm not sure right now if it's new adult or YA. It kind of feels like in between there somewhere, but it is published by Wattpad Publishing. So a lot of people online have been complaining about the book and being like, oh, it feels like a Wattpad story, but I knew that's who published it, so I went into the book expecting nothing, and I'm so pleasantly surprised. I'm really enjoying myself. It's this story of this pirate king dies like right away in the book. Right now I've only had 3 POVs, so I don't know how many there are going to be, but basically there's going to be this competition between all of these different characters. They're gonna have to go through this thing called the trial to figure out who is next in line. And it's just really interesting and really fun. I think it is going to be new adult, to be honest, just based on how some of the characters have referenced sexual activities that they have had, but I'm really looking forward to it, and it's pretty dang short. I think it's like 370 pages, so I'm hoping to finish that up this weekend, because this coming Sunday I'm going to be doing like a chill 24-hour readathon, just kind of like here by myself. Tomorrow I do start House of Leaves for my buddy read. We're going to be reading the first 40 pages, which is actually a little bit more than 40 pages because I do need to read like the prologue, or what's it called? The introduction, which is like 10 pages. So I think right now I'm gonna sit down and read the introduction for that, and if it's good, I'm gonna keep going and try to get a few more pages underneath my belt, just because I don't know how much time I'll have to read tomorrow. And if I'm not like totally feeling it, I'm gonna switch back to Crossbones. I have the hiccups, so if I just make horrible noises, I'm so sorry. They'll go away after like 3 though. So I officially made it to 60% through Oathbringer today. I forgot to let you know yesterday that I did make oh my god, some progress in it. I think I made it to like 47% yesterday, so I read about 13% today. My goal is to finish that up this coming Sunday. It's a bit of a stretch, but I only have like 10.5 hours left in the audiobook, so if I keep with it and keep strong, I'll be perfectly fine. And since I'm going to be doing like a chill 24-hour this weekend, I think that'll give me plenty of time to wrap it up. I'm enjoying the book, but I'm at the part in Oathbringer which kind of drags for me. Without spoiling anything, our main 3 characters, along with Elokar, go to the palace, and it just feels a lot of like repetitive of stuff we've already seen them do, just kind of in a new place. And I felt like we built these characters up so much, and I was so happy to see them together and interacting with each other. And then when they get here, they kind of stop interacting with each other so much because they're all like doing their own little personal missions. After this, I know is also a big scene, which I will not say what it is, that I'm not a huge fan of. And then after that, I love the ending of the book. So the first time I think I rated this book like 4.5 stars. I'm kind of leaning towards a 4 out of 5 stars, but we'll see how I feel about the ending when I get to it, which will be in next week's vlog. Also reading 3 other books. I'm currently reading 4 books because I'm insane, and honest to God, I might be starting a 5th one this weekend. I am currently reading on my Kindle Crossbones. It is an ARC that I received on NetGalley and from the publishers, which it is published by Wattpad. I think I mentioned that. I'm 25% and I'm really freaking enjoying it. Like a lot. Like it's gonna be a 4-star at least. I don't see it being any less than that. I think it's really funny because online it kind of has like negative reviews, and honest to God, I'm just enjoying myself. Like it's an easy, enjoyable book, and that's what I signed up for when I was reading this, and that's what I got. So of course I'm enjoying it. And I think if you go into it just kind of wanting like a chill, piratey themed book, that's what you're gonna get. We're following 3 POVs, but the story is about this pirate king, and he dies right at the beginning, and so all of the captains across this land are called in, and they're gonna go through these trials, and whoever wins will be the next pirate king. And so we're following 3 people. One of them, she is the youngest and I believe the only female captain on the seas, and she is kind of struggling with this power because a lot of her crew thinks that her older sister should be in control. She is bloodthirsty, she's blind in one eye, and she's going out there for the power, and she really wants to win the crown. There's also this boy who is kind of friends with her, but also a captain of his own ship, so there is like a little bit of butting heads there. And he also, like, he loves brawls, he loves fighting people, and he kind of gets hired, kind of doesn't, to go off and kill the pirate king's unknown heir. So the world doesn't know that he has an heir, but this one person found out, and that one person wants to be the pirate king. So he's worried that if this heir pops up, he won't be the king. So he kind of lets the news slip to this other guy that there is an heir, and this guy is sent off to kill her so that there is no competition. And then of course we are following the heir. She doesn't know that she's the heir, and when you start off the book you don't know either, but I feel like it was extremely obvious that she was super important to the Blood King from the beginning, so I feel like I'm not spoiling anything. Anyways, she lives with her mom. Her mom is like kind of going insane, hears these voices, is definitely like something is up with her, and so all of the townspeople where they live kind of make fun of her and her mom, and she is like called to the sea and called to it and wants to go off and have this grand adventure, but is trapped by her mother there. I'm enjoying it. The writing's not bad. Like I said, it's easy, it's simple to get through. This book comes out October 5th, which I believe is when you're seeing this coming Wednesday. So I enjoy it. I think it's worth reading, and I hope that its reviews go up on Goodreads because it doesn't deserve like the 3.6 that it has right now. I'm also reading The Spawnspiracy. I made it to like 40 or 50%. I really don't have any comments to say right now about it. I'm kind of bored, which I hate to say because I loved book one so much, and I'm friends with the author and we get along so well online that I don't want to dislike his book. And I'm not disliking it, it's just that the plot isn't like as intriguing to me as the first one is, and honest to God, this happens to me with most sequels, so it's not even like this book in particular, it's that I just don't like sequels. I also started House of Leaves last night. I did not make it far into it though. I read the introduction, which was god long, and then I read chapter 1, which was 8 pages. The introduction is like not numbered, so I don't really know how long it was, but it was long and it was hard to read. How am I feeling so far? This is not an easy book to read. It takes me a long time to get through a single page, but I'm really intrigued, and already I've had a few moments of like heebie-jeebies. I wouldn't say I was scared yet. I was definitely not scared yet, but there were just a few moments where I was like, oh, that's interesting, or that's really cool. I read the summary after I finished chapter 1 last night because I was like, what is this book about? Like, I really don't understand what this book is about. So it is a collection of articles and different things pulled together. It's mixed media about this house, the House of Leaves. And this house is we're kind of following the story, but it's really about these like people who are watching this documentary about this family who moves into this house. So what I'm trying to say is that so far it's not like a narrative story where like here are your characters and then the plot happens and then the book ends. It's more so like we're watching someone dissect a documentary about something that happened. So the documentary had plot, but we're not watching or reading about that documentary. We're watching someone take it apart and pull different aspects of it to different areas. It's definitely not like an easy book to read, but so far I will say I'm enjoying it. This family moves into this house and they start to notice that the house is bigger on the inside than the outside. And where I am at, which is chapter 1 specifically, there's this one door that from the outside of the house leads nowhere. No, leads into this hallway, but when you open it when you're inside the house, it leads into like nature. And the father like puts his hand in during the documentary and is like, it's freezing in there. So far I am getting a few vibes similar to Rules for Vanishing, which is what I wanted, but it's definitely not like as easy or as interesting as Rules for Vanishing. I highly recommend that book if you haven't read it yet. It was so good. But this is my task for this evening. Me and a friend are buddy reading this, and we're gonna try to read 40 pages a day. So we were supposed to start today, but I knew that I was gonna have some difficulty getting through the 40 pages, so I started it last night, and then I'm going to finish it up as soon as I finish talking to you. Hello, welcome to Friday evening. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be starting a fun reading challenge that you will get to see next week. But basically, I'm going to try to do a 24 and 48, where I read 24 hours within 48 hours. Wish me luck, but as of you seeing this video, it'll already be finished, so who knows how it goes. It's just like a fun little thing that I'm doing with myself, just to I haven't been able to have a weekend where I just get to really focus on reading in a while, so this is how I'm doing that. I also have started scheduling out my week again. So a long time ago I used to do this so that I'd like schedule out chores and projects that I wanted to work on and everything like that, and it worked out great, but just the more hours I took on at my job, it wasn't as realistic anymore for me to do that because I was so tired. But I had been noticing since I moved into this place, I'm just always tired. I'm always tired and things just don't get done. And I was sick and tired of feeling like I didn't have enough time in the day to do everything that I needed to do. So what I'm trying to do is just schedule out every single day which books I'm planning on reading, one art task, because I haven't been doing art in a long time and I really want to bring that back in. So even if it's just a little thing, which during the month of October, I will be attempting Inktober. Here's what I'm working on today for you all to see. I hope it actually works out well. I'm going to be doing some flowers throughout the month. It'll be really fun. It'll be really simple. My audiobook, my physical book, one art task, and then one like household task that needs to get done. So a chore basically, and then one like self-care task that needs to get done, like re-dyeing my hair, which I haven't done in a while, or like going to the pool or something like that. I'm just trying to find more time in my life, and so far I've been doing it for 2 or 3 days and it's worked out really well. I've gotten home every single day and gone, I don't want to clean my house, I don't want to do it, that is the last thing in my mind that I want to do. And then I've told myself it will take 15 minutes at most to do, so just sit down and do it. And actually today I sat down and did a few of my tasks for tomorrow, so that tomorrow's gonna be a little bit lighter. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I made it to a little bit over 70% through Oathbringer. I almost cried today while I was listening to it. It was a really good part. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but to be fair, it wasn't probably what you think it was. It was a conversation between Renarin and Dalinar, which also another conversation between the two of them almost made me cry at the beginning of Oathbringer. And then another conversation between Shallan and Wit almost made me cry today too. And I'm really enjoying it. I think it's gonna be a 4-star, which is what I rated the first time. So it makes sense that this one would stay the same. It makes me actually feel really good that it's staying the same. I haven't physically read anything yet today, but I am going to sit down and do some reading of Crossbones and then House of Leaves and hopefully knock both of No, I'm not gonna knock House of Leaves out this weekend, but I'm gonna knock out a lot of stuff this weekend. You'll see it in next week's reading vlog. Thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know down below what you are currently reading and something that you hate doing around your house, because I hate vacuuming. I will push it off for months. I'll just pick up the little shit off the ground. Like, I don't want to vacuum. I don't want to do it. I love having hardwood floors downstairs because I don't mind sweeping. I don't know what it is about vacuuming. I think there's something about like having to plug it into each room that you go into and then like wrapping up the cord and then emptying the vacuum cleaner. I hate it. I hate it. And then you like are going over the spot multiple times and it doesn't feel like it's really picking things up. Anyways, I don't like vacuuming, but that's not that important to this. So thank you for watching. Once again, you guys rock. Oh, thank you for everyone who came to the premiere, my first premiere. It was fun. It was a little bit more people than I expected, which was great. And I really had a good time talking to you all. I definitely would do it again in the future because that was fun. But anyways, I don't remember how outro goes, but until next time, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.